What up, everybody? It's your boy Avel Diddy back with another one. However you got here, whether you already subscribed to the channel, whether I popped up on your news feed, whether somebody told you about me and you're checking me out for the first time. However you got here, it was meant for you to be here, so I appreciate it. Before I get started, if you could hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for the content. You did it? Cool. Shouts out to everybody who keep hitting that like button, that subscribe button, sharing the content. I truly appreciate it. So, to y'all, I like to say thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get started. Who we got up right now? We got that boy Mexican O.T up right now.
What?
Yeah. Well, everybody know a few days, about a week ago, whatever, Mexican O.T went on the Angela Yee show, Lip Service, and he spewed out some nonsense, of course.
What?
And it wasn't, and I felt the same way as everybody else. It wasn't, me personally, I don't like somebody that ain't black. I barely like black people calling me the N-word, let alone somebody that's not exactly black calling me the N-word, okay? But nowadays, you know, everybody says it. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day when Crip walking, only gangbangers Crip walk. Now everybody Crip walks. You could be from any part of life and Crip walk. But at one point, I remember in the 80s, if you was at a house party or something and you started Crip walking, you better be a Crip. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's just how it was. So, I guess I was like everybody else. It wasn't the fact that he said it. It was the fact that he said, what are you going to do about it? Ain't no black dudes in the room. Knowing it ain't no black dudes in the room. That's what I had a problem with. Like, the black dude who was in the room should have said something. Something. I know they had security, so he should have said something. So here it is. After all of the backlash, he finally goes online to apologize. But sometimes you shouldn't apologize, because if that's not what's in your heart, you shouldn't do it. So it says here that Mexican O.T publicly apologizes for his comments on using the N-word. Okay. It says the Mexican O.T came under fire last week for his thoughts on who should be allowed to use the N-word. Texas rapper that Mexican O.T sparked quite a bit of controversy after appearing on Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast last week. After Cleopatra asked O.T for his thoughts on the N-word, he responded with a lengthy quote defending his usage of the word. It said, I feel like I could say it, but not because of that. And I'm going to tell you why. This is O.T talking. It says, what the F are you going to do about it? He asked. And then second of all, I grew up loving these M and F'ers. I grew up fighting with them. I grew up eating with them. I grew up effing doing bad ish with them. I grew up loving them. I got family. It's not even about family. Even if I wasn't related to nobody, that's black ish. It's what the F I was surrounded by.
What?
Now, my problem with that stance is I have a lot of Mexican friends. I'm from Los Angeles, and I never thought about going in their family or around them and calling them a derogatory word towards Mexicans, and saying no, let's say it so we can make it a term of endearment. I've never done that. You know what I'm saying? I've heard them call each other stuff. Like I've heard them call each other beaners. Like, what's up, beaner? But I've never called my friends that because I felt uncomfortable to do that. But I've had Mexican friends that called each other that, right? It says that response sparked debate within the black community over who can actually say the word. It also led to response from some of that Mexican O.T.'s rappers peers. In posts, All Hip Hop Denver rapper Trey Funk took to Instagram to say that he lost a lot of respect for OT that prompted an apology from OT, who said he gave a stupid answer to a stupid question. I don't think that was a stupid question, to be honest. I mean, that's something that a lot of black inquiring minds want to know when we hear people or we see people that are not from that are not one of us in the culture, and they say something or we want to know. I don't think it was a stupid question. I really don't. So I think part of the reason why he apologized also is because if you guys remember, Sauce Walka was defending him. He was saying that, oh, we from Texas, we use the N-word and all of this. But after watching the video, I guess he didn't see the video yet. So after watching the video, he decided to change his mind about what he said about OT and him getting the pass to say the N-word. And his sentiments is sort of like mine. So let's hear Sauce Walka and what he had to say.
See, now, at first when I was speaking on what I was speaking on, I was only talking about the shit I seen on Say Cheese with the girl and all that on Say Cheese. My bro Denzel showed me the interview and showed me exactly verbatim what Mexican O.T said on the interview on the podcast with all the women. OT, bitch, you wrong, ho. I'm going to tell you why you wrong, little bro. I'm going to tell you why you wrong, OT. And you got a black brother. That's what you partially was finna get into it, but you didn't want to get into it. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole 50% black brother mixing real little your brother, so you should feel 100%. He should feel what I'm saying. What about this part? I ain't with you about saying, can you say because you grew up with us, went through all this shit with us, you love us, you been through everything that you've been through, so that's why you feel you say you can say. The problem and the issue is the fact when you say in a room full of women, is there any black niggas in here? Is there any niggas in here? Well, if it is, what you gonna do about it? That's where you up at, brother.
That's exactly what I said. And that's with anything. I mean, if it didn't even have to be about the N-word. He should know, especially if you between men. If you say something like that, regardless of what y'all talking about, people are gonna feel some kind of way. Like what? Like what I'm gonna do about it? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like calling a person out, pretty much. So yeah, that's how I felt. Let's continue.
That's what the disrespect is. Because OT, if you was in a room full of violent, from Houston full of violent niggas like myself, TSF, any really from the H like that, and we was having that conversation and you said it in that way. Y'all said, because who's gonna do shit about it? There have been 6 niggas in the room raising their hands saying they want to fight you. You know that. You know how this shit get down in Houston. You a Texas Crip. If a come up to you and say, Mexican O.T, you ain't no Crip. And what you gonna do about it? You gonna want to fight about that. In the room gonna say, who ain't what squabble? And that's where the disrespect and the part is, OT, because at the end of the day, there's nothing but women in that room. There's a bunch of girls in that room. It was a now violent street that come from where you come from and been through what you've been through, or that's from somewhere else that's gonna disagree with you and with that statement to the point to where they'll fight you about that or they'll do something about that. So therefore, that's what people in the general public gonna take it like that's whole shit, because you're doing something in a setting where people gonna consider it where it's safe to say that right then and right there. Would you possibly say that around a room full of a bunch of in this heated conversation? Now, secondly, aside of the Mexican O.T shit, I also blame these blog sites, these interviewers, these platforms. Why do y'all constantly ask? I know why y'all do it. Y'all do it for click views, clickbait, all that other shit. But y'all gotta stop asking motherfucking rappers and certain celebrities these uncomfortable questions.
Now that I don't agree with. I mean, they don't put it on the interviewer, Sauce. You was doing good until you put it on the interviewer, because first of all, It was just a simple question. It wasn't nothing outrageous. It's something that we all ask. As far as because that's something a lot of people want to know. How do you feel about the N-word? So I don't think it was a stupid question. We can't put that on the interviewer. And even if it was something that was outlandish, the artist always has the right to say, I ain't answering that, let's move on. He could have easily just said, I don't want to talk about that, let's just move on. And kept it pushing. But he decided to double down and look around. Any black dudes in here? So what, he wanted all of the black people in the building to congregate together and look him in the eye while he say, what are you going to do about it? Because Sauce is right. If he was in the room with the regular dudes that, you know what I'm saying, from the streets, and he was like, and they had that conversation, I don't think he would have said, what you going to do about it? I really don't. You know? And as far as this keeps saying you've been through what I've been through, no, they haven't been through what we've been through. Sauce, I hate to bust your bubble, but you might live where we lived and seen what we're going through, but you wouldn't even be there where you are without us. So no, you didn't go through what we went through, but you understand. That's all we ask you to. But don't act like you struggled and had to go through what we FBAs went through, because no, you didn't. I'm sorry. That's just a fact. Let's see. Let's continue.
And then be pissed off when you get the certain type of answer that you get, or these artists respond in an uncomfortable way because they was asked an uncomfortable question when they really came in to promote their album. They really came in to talk about their career. They really came in to talk about positive shit. And y'all steady dumping and pushing negative questions and negative energy down the throat, put them on the spotlight when they trying to interview. Spell me? So that's my last sense on the shit, because I ain't know. And I still don't give a. But I'm going to tell, all I'm going to say is this: everything's about love and respect. When you do it and it's not out of love, or you trying to be too tough with the shit, then that's where it's wrong at. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to earn that toughness, brother. So I'll tell you, bitch, I love you. If you mad at me, I don't give a. I'm just saying.
And that's another thing. When did men start calling each other the bitch word? I'm still not over that. I'm noticing that over the last few years is becoming more and more relevant with men calling each other the bitch. I mean, I don't want none of my friends call me. Back in the day, you call us that, we had to fight. That was worse than saying your mama. Even though, what does your mama mean? Nothing. But still, it trips me out how the language changes. You know, that's another thing. I mean, that's just as, you might as well call me the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you call me a nigga than a B any day. And that's how these new wave age talk now. I want to know what y'all think down below. Do you want someone, does it make you feel some kind of way when someone that's not black, if you're black, is just throwing out the N-word? Or are you cool with it? You just like, whatever. And how do you guys feel about men calling each other the B? How do women feel about that? Please let me know down below. That's all the time I got for this topic. Please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And y'all already know I'm gonna be back with some more reaction videos, some more news. So I'm definitely gonna catch y'all on the next one. All right? Peace.